See how this goes. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple clocks today. I'm gonna do this one on this side. We're using Supra black and titanium dioxide over there. 850, 26. So 850 grams of cement on 26 grams of Supra black and 220 grams of water. And this one's got 850 Ca43 of titanium dioxide and 224 grams of water. Then I'll get into these two when I get over to that mold. But what I'm doing is I'm going to make another one of these. This one I used with acrylic. I really like how it came out. This one I'm going to do black and white. So we're going to see how this one turns out. I've tried to get a decent frame on the picture. We'll see how it goes. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just going to move this to the side so I don't get that messed up. Let's move this to this side. And I'm going to move this over a little bit just to kind of get it out of my way a little bit. So I'm going to do black first, white next. I'm going to pour the bottom part kind of in black. I'm going to probably tilt it up a little bit to get more of the black to stay down there. And then I'm going to put the white up in the top. So I'm going to kind of tilt this up and we're going to see how this is going to go. Because I don't know how it's going to go. But we're going to see what we can do. And it may or may not be up high enough. So we'll see how it's going to go. If it has to go higher, which it's probably going to have to, then it gets something else. Let me get something else to prop that up with. Okay, that should be better. I'm wearing a mask, so I don't know if you can hear me today or not, so we'll see how this is going to go. But first I'm going to do my black, pour it in, let that set up a little bit, and then pour my white, and just see how, but I'll probably set the mold down when I do the white. So we're going to see how this is going to go. As everybody knows, you need to mix the colors into the concrete first. I have a bigger bowl I'm going to use for this. I'm kind of debating how I want to do it. I'm going to need to get that black one mixed in good. I want that black to be as dark as I can get. And then we're just going to work from that point. So we're going to kind of see. And if I still have a little bit of gray in there, it's not going to bother me any much. So. But yeah, I'm wearing a mask today because I normally do. So safety first on the is always on the forefront of working with this stuff, because you get cement and dust. You don't want to get this stuff in your lungs. Because let's phrase it this way, you definitely don't want to have breathing issues later on in life. You know, as everybody knows, this Supra black is, it gets on everything. So I'm going to mix this one kind of slow to kind of make sure we get a good mix of it. Yeah, I told everybody I would do the video on the clocks. So I'm going to take them out to the market days this week. And at least these two that I have done, and see how receptive people are to them. So far, the people in my groups have been very receptive to them. I'm still not sure about price points. to see how that goes this weekend. See if my price points are where I think I need to be. I think that's mixed pretty good. That seems to be pretty good. Put that in there. I'm going to go about halfway up in this mold. Okay, that's all the black I'm going to pour right now. And I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. So I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to probably let that sit for about a minute. And then in the meantime, I get this black off my fingers. And then I'll do the white. And then we'll pour the white in the top, and then we'll just finish it off with whatever's left. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to mix the white now while that's still sitting. And I haven't poured the rest of the black in there yet. I'm going to get the white ready. And I'm going to pour the white up in the top. I'm going to lay it down a little bit and pour the white in the top. And we're going to see how this goes. And I really should have mixed that titanium dioxide in with the concrete first, in with the dry concrete first. But I'm going to do it this way. We're going to see how it's going to turn out. And this is letting that black set up a little bit. I want that black to set up a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to put this one in here because I'm going to keep these white and black putty knives away from each other. Pop some of these bubbles before I drop it in the mold. Okay, let's see. See, it stays where I put it. So now I'm going to pour the white in the top. I'm going to pour the white in the top to about there and a little bit higher. Okay, that's good. Now let's get this black back moving. blacks in there. I don't want to get it to move too much. I'm going to get the white in there now to finish filling the mold up. Okay, let's get a little bit more up here on the top. Okay. Checking my time here. Okay. I think we're in good shape. Very good fill. I see a couple bubbles on the outside. I'm just tap it for a little bit. That's that titanium dioxide. Loves to make little bubbles. I'm just going to tap, tap, tap. Sides look great. I get very good definition between the black and the white. I think it's going to look cool. I don't want to tap it too much. Okay, so that's the first one done. So I'm going to pause this now and kind of move everything around a little bit. I can't move this mold because it needs to set up. So I'm going to do some work around here and clean up this area a little bit so I get ready for the square one. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent. So now we're going to work on the square one. And same concept. The Supra black's over here. The titanium dioxide's over here. So with this one, I'm going to do the same thing. For the square one, we're using 800 grams of simmental and 24 grams of Supra black and 208 grams of water. 800 grams of simmental, 40 grams of titanium dioxide, and 210 grams of water. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to mix the black, get the mold, prop it up, mix the white, you know, let that black sit up a little bit so it firms up, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to get this. Let's get this little bit of stuff out of the way here. Kind of like clean work areas. So this is the mold for this. It's pretty straightforward, so it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to prop it up after I mix everything together. Okay, so first things first. Let's get the black mixed up. I'm going to use the same putty knife as I used before because it's got black on it. I kind of want to not get this black on too much stuff because it gets on everything. Okay, so this is, I'm looking down the side to make sure the bottom is not full of gray. It looks pretty good. Okay, so the black is mixed up. I'm going to mix this white up first. This is what I should have done with the other one. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to look really cool. So these will be something that I have up in the website probably in a couple weeks. They take about 1.5 kilos of of cement. So roughly 3 pounds of cement, or cementol, per mold. So they're pretty heavy, and it's one of these things. It takes a lot, so I need to make sure that I have enough ready for when I want to roll these out on the website. Okay, so mix the black in. I'm going to let these sit for about 3 to 4 hours to cure up before I demold them. So I'll demold them probably this evening sometime, because I want to really make sure, since the volume of cement that I'm working with, I want to really make sure that it cures up. So I'm going to give it 4 hours to do that before I unmold them, because I don't want to demold them too early. I probably could demold them in 3, but I think I'm going to let them sit till 4, just to play it safe. See, I'm actually looking down the side here to make sure that there's no gray cement left in here. So I know the black has been worked. Okay, so we're done with the black, at least for right now. Okay, set that here, set this here. I'm going to do prop this up. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to kind of start in the middle here with this one. And I'm only going to put that much in for right now. And I'm going to let that set up, and then I'm going to do my white. So I'm going to get my white going and get that all mixed up while that's setting up for about a minute or so. And then I'll get the white going, and I'll do the same thing. I'll go back and finish up with the black, and then I'll finish up with the white. And then we'll be all done. And I'm going to have to mix this one outside of the view here. So let me move this over a little bit. That's enough. I don't want that to go up any higher. Nope, leave it alone. Okay, so this is as far over in the frame as I can get. So I'm using Supra black, and the titanium dioxide is that Pantai. I did a test on that to see how white that was compared to some of the other titanium dioxides that are out there, and I decided to use the Pantai because I think it gets brighter. So I think I get a better contrast using that with the black. Where I can feel the concrete on the bottom of the bowl. I can move that over a little bit. I know it's not really in the frame like I normally do it, but let's get all that off. Okay. Feels pretty good. So I'm going to drop this mold down and hope that this black stays where I put it. It's going to infringe a little bit, so I'm going to wait on that. I think we're good with that. I know this is a long mix, but I need to let that black set up a little bit. Okay, so I can take off the mask now. Okay. That move yet, so I'm gonna put a little in there. I'm gonna get my white poured up in the top before that black has a chance to. So I may have more black intrusion than I wanted, but we're gonna go with what we got. Okay, so let's get my black stirred up again. And yes, it's still on an incline. I want it up on the incline a little bit. I need to drop it. And I'll drop it in. And get done stirring this up. Okay, so pour a bunch of black in the back. Because I want the bottom to be almost a solid black all the way across from the front. I think the bottom looks better when it's solid black. Oops. Okay, that's not done yet. I need to get some more white up in the top. I don't know, people may think that my mixes are a little runny, but they harden up great. So they may look runny, but I tell you something, they settle great, and they mix in extremely well. Okay, so now let's see what we can, let's do a little tapping. I want to see what this black looks like on the bottom. Make sure we get a good, this middle gets good and settled. Coming down here to work with it down here. I've got a teeny divot right here that you'll be able to see on the camera. That taken care of. And I got a little divot down in here, so I'm gonna get that taken care of. Still look fine when I get done with this. I prefer to get it to settle on its own than to have to sand it. Bit here. Try to get rid of that line that's there. I can see a line. This is all about being patient to get this to work right. It's a long video. I knew it would take a long time. That's why I've been kind of putting off doing it. Okay, so I'll probably put the demold in another video. I don't know if you guys want a 35-minute long video. That looks really good. Pretty smooth. I got one little spot over here. That looks good. That looks good. Everything looks good and smooth as we're going to get. That one got a little bit of a, that'll be fine. So this looks pretty good. So I'm going to cut this video off here. I'll post it as is, because it's already up to half an hour, and I'll demold these probably in about 4 hours, so I can tack the demold on the end of this, and then we'll see what they look like. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, so let's demold these two. They're real straightforward. Just peel them all back. Down there for right now. Okay, so let's see what they look like. Put those molds there. Let's see what they look like. That looks pretty cool. I like that. Let's see what this one looks like. That looks pretty cool too. I like that. Little white spots. That looks pretty cool. Let me get their feet. So I'm using these. These are just soft close silicone things for cabinets. But I like to use these for feet for things like this. And I like to put the feet on early. It doesn't have to be perfect here. We just gotta put them on pretty good. See, they stand right up. I like feet over leaving the base on the ground. I think it looks more finished. And it also, if there's any issues with the mold where there's a little out of round, or out of straightness, or whatever you want to call it. This takes care of that. See, so now we're nice and stable. Kind of like that. That looks kind of cool. I'm just getting the little pieces out of my way. These, just this basic clock mechanism. It's got two little prongs in here that go inside this hole and holds it in place. So, a little battery in here, a little AAA, really straightforward. You just line it up. Try to keep it straight, push it in, locks in place. Same thing here. You know, it's a real basic little clock. So you just keep it, get your 6 and 12 lined up with your 3, push it in a little bit, and they're done. I've decided not to seal these. I'm not going to. I think they look fine the way they are. So see, that looks kind of cool. Got a little shine to the black, a little shine to the white. Maybe I'll buff them up a little bit, but I'm going to take them as is. Let them kind of go as they are. And then here's the other one. Variations in the side are kind of cool. You can see where the different levels of black were. They're bonded good, they're not going to come apart. So that's how I do these clocks. Kind of straightforward. I let them cure up for about a week, and then I'll put them up on the website. So that's what I got. And that's kind of it for this video. Just wanted to show you how I did the clocks. As you see, they're very tough. So that's what we got, and that's all I got for today. Okay, I'll tack this on the other end of the video, and that's it. Okay, thanks, bye.